Hi, today we're going to be talking about how to use Tailwind Scheduler to optimize your Pinterest strategy, especially with the new look, feel, and features in the latest update of the scheduler. If you're new here, I'm Lorraine P, business coach and founder of Step Up Boss Up Society. Welcome to Step Up Boss Up TV, where I talk about entrepreneurship, branding, marketing, and making money online. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when a new video is dropped. Now, if you're not familiar with Tailwind, Tailwind is a scheduler that helps you automate your Pinterest and Instagram content. It's an official partner of both Pinterest and Instagram, so you never have to worry about your accounts being shut down on those platforms because you're using this as a tool. They are the leaders in Pinterest scheduling as far as I'm concerned. They have been around for years, and I've been using them for a long time, and I had a legacy account. What I mean by legacy account is that they had a Pinterest platform and then they introduced their Instagram scheduling platform, but both things kind of lived separately, including their pricing plan. So I had a paid up Pinterest scheduling plan, but I never invested in the Instagram. But over the last year, they have integrated both the Instagram and Pinterest schedulers. So now you may pay one monthly subscription and you get both things, and it's all nicely integrated. And with that new pricing strategy, they have also updated their interface and their dashboard so you can get access to everything in one place, which is what I've got. So recently they have done something where they have upgraded all their legacy subscribers to the new platform for free, and you've gotten both Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook scheduling all in one place. So this is the homepage and what the homepage looks like now. Now I love this new interface. For me, it's a lot more intuitive. I can see clearly, very quickly, how many posts I've got for each day, so I can really know if what my Pinterest strategy is actually aligned. So I know that I want to post a specific number of pins per day. I know I want a specific number of pins to be fresh pins, a specific number to be repins, and a specific number to be affiliate pins. So for me, I can really easily see on a week-to-week basis how many pins I'm pinning in each of those categories and how many pins I'm pinning per day. And if for some reason I have 0 pins on a day, or I've just got 1 pin, I know that I need to go and add some pins to the queue for those specific days. And also on the dashboard, when you scroll down, you can get to see all your drafts. Now I use drafts to pin content to the calendar, and that's where we're going to head to next. So this is where I have all my pins for my posts. How I get these pins here is that I use the Tailwind Chrome extension, and I go to my blog posts and I click on the Tailwind extension, and it pulls up every pin I have for that particular blog post. Now, how I managed to have several different pins for my blog post is by using a plugin called WP Tasty, which I'll talk about in another video. But that plugin basically allows me to have multiple pins per post, and each of those pins have a different pin title and a description. So it allows me to be in control of exactly what I'm saying in each of those pins, which is great. So with this extension, I can literally just select all the pins I want to pin for this particular post, and I would normally hit go schedule, and then that goes into my Tailwind drafts. I'm going to do that now because I've already done that and these pins are already sat there. So let me go back to my drafts. So in the drafts board, you can see over here that I've got all my accounts. So I've got Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest, and you also get to will show you all the different types of posts that you've got drafted. So if I'm going to when I start using it for Instagram and Facebook, it will show me my stories, my feeds, and my page posts for Facebook. As I'm not using it for any of those, the only thing I've got here are my Pinterest pins. But let me just unclick that for you to see that you could just click whatever you're working on, so it's very controlled. To actually schedule these pins, I would select all the pins for one specific blog post and work literally a blog post at a time. And then you have the bulk schedule tool. So you can just click on bulk schedule and that opens the post edit screen. So as you can see in post edit screen, you get the pin title that's been pulled over from my blog post, my pin description that again has been pulled over from my blog post. The pin URL is down here. And obviously, if you're going to be doing something specific or you're going to be sending your pin to a different URL, you can update. That's all updatable and editable. So what I do to make sure that my pinning strategy is on point is that I will pin to 3 to 4 boards, 3 to 5 boards, depending on which pins I want to pin. So for this one, because it's about mindset, I'm going to pin it on my female entrepreneur mindset board, female entrepreneur tips board, and my personal development board. So now I know I'm going to be pinning this to 3 different boards. So one of the things about this new update is that in the old version of the scheduler, you had board lists, but that hasn't been pulled through to this new version of Tailwind. So you have to kind of add things, the boards in individually, which is fine because I'm only adding pins to 3 to 5 boards. So it's fine for me to kind of just work like that. So the next thing is to select your times, and Pinterest does a wonderful thing where it actually gives you smart scheduled recommendations. So these are the best optimized times for you to pin, and it's made this judgment based on when your ideal clients or the clients that you're trying to attract are on Pinterest. And it will base that on all the information it has about businesses that are similar to yours, and also your posting history and when people have most engaged in your content. So what I'll do is I'll choose the first one. And what I really love about this new tool or this new look is this particular feature. And this is the fact that because I've got 3 boards, it gives me the times that these pins will be pinned to those 3 boards. So it then makes it very easy for me to know that the last time this is going to be pinned to a board is going to be Wednesday the 15th of December. So what I do at this point is I will take note of that, and when I go to schedule my next pin, I will add the same boards, and then I will go and look for the 16th of December, and I would select that day. And I will basically follow the same pattern for each of these pins, and I'd make sure and I'll just make sure that I am pinning these to a board. So the last pin for this one is the 30th. So for on the 31st, I want this pin to start rolling out to the boards. And then the last pin for this one is the 14th of January. So again, I'd be scheduling this to go out on the 15th of January. So if I just put those in, and so I'll scroll all the way down, oops, to the 15th of January. And I'll just schedule it into the first one. So now I know that I've got pins going out for this particular blog post, fresh pins going out for this particular blog post all the way until the 29th of January next year. So if I want to create new fresh pins for this pin, I know that I don't have to think about doing that until January next year. And then next thing that I'd want to do is I'd want to schedule this pin to be pinned onto community, into the Tailwinds community. Now Tailwind communities is kind of like Pinterest group boards, but it's more curated because not anybody can join. It's a lot smaller, a lot more engaged if you're in the right groups, and also the community leaders are a lot more. They monitor the groups a lot more, and they will throw people out who are trying to spam or do anything like that. So you don't get spam content, you get high quality content that you can use to repin to your boards. And obviously you're going to be adding your content to these communities, and one of the things about adding content to these communities is that you have to kind of share from these communities as well. So if you want people to share your valuable content, you want to share their valuable content as well. So what I'd do is I would select the communities that I think would fit best for this particular post, and I would literally just select them. I try not to select too many of these communities. I just want to select 1 to 2. Lost it. And what happens is that these pins won't be added to the community until the pin has been pinned to Pinterest. So it's like you're scheduling those pins to go out into 2 different places. And so what I'll do at this point is then schedule it. And it's that simple. And once it's been scheduled, it disappears. And you can see that it says scheduled up here. And then you can do that for each one of these. I would then add to the community, schedule the post, and again it just scrolls up and says that it's been scheduled. And do that for the last one. And once all those pins have been scheduled, it takes you back to your calendar schedule, and it will show you all the posts that you have just pinned. So you can see that's the pin, one of the pins that I've just scheduled in, and I can see that this is for next year, January. So it just shows me my last post, the first day of my last post actually going in, and that's it. And the cool thing about this is that because it's a new dashboard, you still have access to the original publisher. So if you did want to kind of go back to the original publisher, you can, and all the content is still here. You can still see everything that you've scheduled right here. And that's it. That's how I use Tailwind to optimize my Pinterest strategy and make it really simple and easy for me to keep on top of being consistent and with my content on Pinterest and marketing my business. If you like what you've seen and are ready to invest in your Pinterest marketing strategy, then head to the description and click the link for a free account now.